Okay, I'm going to start this class. This is our class, the second class that we do on chapter Bet, second chapter of the Tehilim. Last week we were studying the mission of Am Yisrael to be a light to the nation. This week we are actually going to speak about serenity. Okay, which is a very important matter, and I'm very excited to approach it with you. Let me just see. Okay. Okay, so we're going to dedicate this class for the refuah shelema bekarov of all the wounded of Am Yisrael, all the sick of Am Yisrael, for the protection of our chayalim, the protection of our chatufim. Today is day 150. I was listening this morning to a mother who was speaking about how difficult it is for her, how unbearable it is for her to have her son over there. His name is Omer. May HaKadosh Baruch Hu let them all go back home already. We've been saying that for so many days now, and it should happen really now, Bezrat Hashem, and protect all the north of Israel from the rockets from Hezbollah. בעזרת השם, לנצר מזמור לדוד ירנך אדוני בים צרה יסגבך השם אלוהי יעקב ישבר עזרך מקודש ומציון ישרדך יזכור מלכותיך ורולתך ידשנה סלה ייתן לך חלבביך וכל עצתך ימלא נרננה בשבועתך ובשם אלוהינו נדגול ימלא אדוני כל משאלותיך עתה ידעתי כי יושר אדוני משיחו ירנהו משמי קודשו בגבורות ישעינו אלה בריחי ואלה בסוסים ואנחנו בשם אדוני אלוהינו נזכיר המה קראו ונפלו ואנחנו קמנו ונתודת אדוני Oshir Amela Yarnenu B'Yam Korenu. Then number 121. שיר למעלות אשא עיני אל ההרים מאין יבוא עזרי עזרי מעם אדוני עושה שמיים וארץ אל יתן למוט רגליך אל ינום שומריך הנה לא ינום ולא ישן שומר ישראל אדוני שומריך אדוני צילך על יד ימיניך יומם השמש ויככה וירח בלילה אדוני ישמורך מכל רע ישמור את נפשך אדוני ישמור צאתך ובואך מעתה ועד עולם. קוף למד שיר המעלות ממעמקים קראתך אדוני אדוני שמעה וקולי תהיינה אזניך קשקות לכל תחנוני עם עוונות תשמר יה אדוני מי יעמוד כי ממך אסתר למען תברא כי ביתי אדוני כי בית הנפשי ולדבר אוכלתי נפשי לאדוני משומרים לבוקר שומרים לבוקר יאחל ישראל אל אדוני כי אם אדוני יחסד והרבה עמו פדות ויוליד ישראל מכל עוונותיו. Okay, so today we're going to go back to perek Bet. Perek Bet we saw is the second chapter that David HaMelech decided to place in his compilation of that Sefer Tehilim. And it is teaching us very, very important lessons. We have to imagine that the first chapters are probably the most important lessons. We saw that the influence is so important. We saw that the understanding our mission as a nation to be a light to the nations is so important. We saw that now last week. And now we're going to speak about something else at the end of the perek Bet. Okay. David HaMelech is saying, let me find it, sorry. So he's closing perek Bet with Ashrei kol chose vo, which means fortunate are all who put their trust in him. Okay, so we're going to see a little bit what is to be fortunate. To be fortunate is very similar also to be happy. So I'm going to ask you a question. Lynn, you're the only one who can really answer. Our other friends were not able to join us by Zoom because I had to change that schedule. So what is it, according to you, if you want to share, happiness? What is it to be happy? What makes you happy, according to you? You have to unmute yourself, my love.
Ouais. What makes me happy? I'm trying to see everything I have and to see it like a part of my happiness.
Okay.
So my kids, they are healthy. I was looking at her this morning. She was happy going to school. Just this thing, I say, wow, I'm happy to have it.
True.
Every little things that I have in my life. To be, of course, to be healthy, to have all my family healthy, to have, to be surrounded by everybody I love, to be able, I don't know, not to give, but not to receive, but to give.
True.
Everything.
It's true. It's true. It is such a big part of our happiness to have a healthy family, to have a family, not to be alone, to have something to give to our kids, to be wealthy, to be married, to have kids, to have everything they need and everything we need, right? Feel sometimes like successful personally, whether it is for a personal challenge that we give ourselves, sometimes like having like, it's called the nachat etzmi, like the fact to have satisfaction of yourself after making a special effort, like feeling that satisfaction. Also something that is
after doing a good thing.
Exactly. After doing a good deed, after doing a tzedakah, like doing a mitzvah, right? We feel good about it after making a right choice, right?
Exactly.
So we see that most of the time, this feeling of happiness will rely on external factors, right? It's external. It doesn't always come from me. It's something that comes from the outside. And in order to reach true happiness, true serenity, I would like to think about something that is not very nice, but what happened when those factors disappear from our life, right? If there is no wealth, if there is, God forbid, lo alenu, no health, no success, is that person condemned to be unhappy? Or can he still choose happiness? Can he still be serene within this absence of external factor of happiness?
Of course we should, but it's hard.
It's hard. It's hard, but we know that it exists. There are some people who extract themselves from what we consider external factors of happiness, and yet they are serene. They feel complete. So we will describe today what we call happiness more as a sense of shlemut, meaning being complete, feeling that shalom with oneself, okay? That's what we usually in English call serenity, more than happiness, right? This sense of serenity, this sense of I am feeling complete. I don't have anything that I lack. I don't feel any lack. I don't feel anything other than completion. Okay. So to be happy, to be serene can rely on external factors, but for it to be to last in time, we have to make it come from the inside. We have to feel it inside. You know, when we studied Pirkei Avot last year, we studied in perek Dalet, in the 4th chapter, we studied Eze Washir, Asameach Bechelko, who is rich, who is happy, who is rich, the one who is satisfied with what he has. So basically, we can also decide to change our perspective on what we have and to make those external factors somehow not necessary to our happiness. We can be serene, we can feel shalom with oneself. And if there are those factors, it's better, but I still choose to feel happy, to feel, okay? So in order to do that, we have to learn how to quiet down that inner voice that creates disconnection deep inside of us, right? Sometimes it's worry, right? Some people worry a lot, and they cannot be complete in the moment because they are already thinking about the future. Oh my God, okay, so today everybody's fine, but what about tomorrow? And what if my son goes to school and this happens to him? And what if, right? That person is not in the present enjoying what he has, or the completeness of that moment, but he's already projecting himself in fears for tomorrow, right? You have the contrary. You have people who live in the past also, and who are not worried about that, but feel disappointment about what they did and blame themselves, or do not forgive themselves, or feel like it was always better in the past, right? Some people.
C'est génial ça. Hein?
What's happening? Something's happening in the background. Yeah. When I do that, like it goes like bubbles or something. Yeah.
There's a bubble with
yeah. I stop I use it when I'm in a conference in order to to raise the hand, and that it keeps the hand raised. But sometimes, yeah, it does. And it's gonna create like a.
Yes.
It's fun. Anyways, okay, let's go back to our serenity. So to have the thing that we have, the voice that we have to quiet down is that of unsatisfaction, of void that we can have inside, right? Whether it is jealousy, uncertainty, doubt, anxiety, whatever is inside and doesn't let you feel the true shlemut, right? This sense of completion, of peace, of serenity. That is the voice that we want to learn to quiet down. And David Ameller is giving us the key for that. Why? Because he's giving us the keys for our life to become a good person in this Sefer Tehilim. He says, you want to be a good person? Watch out the influence. Watch out who you surround yourself with. Then he said, as an individual, it's very important, but also as a nation, because remember, you're part of Am Israel. And now he's telling the first personal developmental key. Whatever I'm going to tell you in the future, if you don't work from day one on that ability to be serene, on that ability to let go of your worries, of your regrets, of your fears of the future, if you don't start working on enjoying the moment now, being present, to find completion, shlemut, within that moment, you're not going to be able to work on the rest of your life. You need now to understand this is one very important key to a happy life. Working on quieting that voice, that inner voice, and trying to really appreciate the moment and be there and feel the oneness in that moment. So David Ameller is finishing that second perek, leading us to the key to happiness, which is Ashrei kol chose bo. Ashrei, rich or happy, is the one who decides to find refuge in him. In him being Hashem, right? So obviously, we all know that when we are in a state of chaos inside, when we lack peace, finding refuge in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, having bitachon in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, is the key to our unhappiness. You and I know that. We've been working on that for many years already. And honestly, like, I think we all have moments like that when we personally, as individual, went through challenges, tough moments, adversity. And we felt exactly like in Perek 121 that we'll study later on. Who is going to help me? Where will my help come from? My help will come from Hashem, who created the sky, the heavens, and the earth. Why? Because only HaKadosh Baruch Hu can help us. He is ruling the world. He is the one who created everything. He is the one who has the plan, the master plan. We think we choose, but he already knows the end of the story. He already has the destination for each and every one of us and for the entire humanity. In the class that I teach on Megillat Esther, we try to understand how that works, learning with the text of the Megillah, how to reveal Hashem in everything. It's very interesting. But if we are able to understand that Hashem rules the world, that Hashem created everything and he's still creating it every second. Every second, whatever happens to us, Hashem meant it to be. He wanted it to be like that. And it's very difficult to realize, but this is how it is. And honestly, like as a nation, we saw that also very recently, 150 days ago. When October 7th happened, that was probably the most difficult situation our nation had lived in the last 80 years, probably. And what happened is that even people who were not maybe, let's say, like the most believers or the most religious people, right? Put Hashem in front of them. What happened right away, when the Chayalim went to the front to fight, they asked their directors, their superiors, to ask everyone who could to pray for them.
Yeah.
They didn't say this situation is ruled by men. We're going to fight and we're going to win. They said, HaKadosh Baruch Hu shomer aleinu. Hashem is the one who is protecting us. So what do we have to do? Continue doing mitzvot in our names. And what did they ask for? Tzitzit. And anyone who knows Eretz Israel can tell, okay? In Israel, the majority is not religious, but it doesn't matter. Because there was this mashber, because there was this crisis, and because everybody felt vulnerable at that moment and broken, who did they turn to? HaKadosh Baruch Hu, right? So yes, in the moment of despair, Ashrei kol choseh bo. Happy is the one who finds refuge in him. But not only in moments of despair. We should not. If we didn't need that reminder, that would be amazing. If we could trust HaKadosh Baruch Hu, feel HaKadosh Baruch Hu, raise our eyes to him in moments of peace, in moments of happiness, in moments where everything is okay, right? And we would not need this type of reminders. We would not need to be placed in such situations. So having bitachon is definitely, bitachon is trust in Hashem, which is different from emunah, because emunah is believing that there is a God, right? Or that Hashem exists. Bitachon is knowing, and it's a difference. I believe I have $5 in my wallet. I open my wallet, I see the $5 now. I know I have $5 in my wallet, right? It's different. I believe in Hashem, but I may not have bitachon in Hashem. It's not that easy. We have to work on ourselves. We have to really experience and feel that Hashem is taking care of us. And we have to know that Hashem loves us, just like a father. And the same way we parent our kids and tell them sometimes, you know what? You're not going to get that because it's not good for you. And that child is like, what do you mean it's not good for me? I know what's good for me, right? Especially teenagers. They know what's good for them. But we know better. Why? Because at their age, they don't have the full picture. They don't understand everything. And we, as parents, have a little bit more experience and know the consequences of certain choices. And we want to discourage our kids to make those choices. We want to protect them. We want to try to help them make the right choice. Mm-hmm. So therefore, they might feel it's so unfair. How come my parents didn't let me go to that club or whatever and go out with my friends to this place, right? But in reality, we know it's good for them. And because we love them, we don't allow them to have that pleasure or to have a treat or to have that. And it's exactly the same with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We, even if we are adults, even if we are very wise people, we are very limited. Human beings are limited compared to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Our understanding of the situation is limited to the reality we perceive, right? Mm-hmm. And it's also very subjective to what we feel, what we think, what we believe, etc., etc. So we only see a little tiny facet of the reality. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu has a different vision. So sometimes we feel it's so unfair that I didn't get that deal. You know, like I was supposed to sign this contract with a client and I didn't get it. It's so unfair. Why, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, why did you do that to me? You know what? Because with that contract, you would have placed yourself in a very bad situation where you don't have any idea. But if you trust HaKadosh Baruch Hu, what do you say? Baruch Hashem, you know what? Min hashamayim. I didn't sign. I know Hashem loves me. It's for sure because it was not good for me. Mm. When we place Hashem in front of us, when we take refuge in Hashem, in good moments also, as you said this morning, earlier today, you said this morning, you saw your daughter going to school and she was happy to go and it made you happy. And you said, Baruch Hashem, thank God that I have a daughter that is happy to go to school. Mm. You placed Hashem in front of you at that moment, even in moment of happiness. That's beautiful, right? Trusting HaKadosh Baruch Hu is really the key to serenity. When you trust that Hashem wants what's good for you, you don't need to fear anything. You don't need to be scared. You don't need to place your trust in something else, right? So that's why I wanted to offer you, Lynn, and all those who will listen from our group this video, a tiny guided relaxation, guided meditation on bitachon in order to have this available whenever you want. I will also register it with my phone, record it with my phone. So I will then send it to you as a voice record, like as a voice note, and you guys can listen to it whenever you want. I know that in moments of my life where I was fighting with anxiety, these types of meditation help me a lot. And I hope that it will help anyone who needs to connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and to let go of any worries and feel serene. Okay?
Thank you.
So I'm just going to put a nice music. I'm going to use the Yanuka Nigunim because it's beautiful music played by one of the Gaonim, one of the Gaon, sorry, of Israel, a big Gaon of Israel called the Yanuka. I'm going to start the music a little bit lower because otherwise it's a little too much. Okay, there we go. Welcome to this guided meditation for finding serenity and letting go of worries and anxiety. Before we begin, I invite you to take a moment to acknowledge that this meditation can be a tool for you to access bitachon and serenity at any time during your day. Whenever you feel anxious or worried, remember that you can always return to this state of calm by simply closing your eyes and reconnecting with the divine presence within you. So let's start by finding a comfortable seated position with your back straight and your hands resting gently on your knees or in your lap. Close your eyes softly and begin to focus on your breath. Take a deep breath in through your nose, counting to 5 as you inhale, and then exhale slowly through your mouth, counting to 5 as you release the breath. One more time.
I remember.
And exhale. As you continue breathing in and out, place your non-dominant hand on your belly to feel the rise and fall of your breath. As you continue this pattern of breathing in and out. Now, as you continue to breathe, I invite you to visualize a radiant light entering your body through your nostrils. This light is the presence of Hashem, surrounding you with His love. As you breathe in, feel the protection and the nurturing energy. Feel this reassuring light filling your entire body. Starting from the top of your head, feel that at each breath that you inhale, the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes in and helps you relax your body. Feel your forehead heavy and relaxed. Now tighten your eyes and your eyelids. And as you breathe out, let go of the tension in your eyes. Feel your eyelids heavy and relaxed. As this light continues to irradiate within you, feel your jaw relaxed and heavy. You continue breathing in by the nose and out by the mouth. Now feel your neck relaxed and free from all tensions. The light of Akadosh Baruch Hu is warming up inside of you and melts away any tension or tightness, leaving behind a sense of peace and tranquility. Now bring your awareness to your shoulders, allowing them to drop and relax as the light continues to flow down through your arms, all the way to your fingertips. Feel any lingering tension in your arms dissolve as they become heavy and relaxed. As the light moves down through your chest and your abdomen, feel it soothing any areas of discomfort or unease. Allow this nurturing light to flow through your hips, releasing any tension held in this area. Feel your tongue going up and down as you breathe. And now bring your attention to your legs. Feel the light of Akadosh Baruch Hu traveling down through your thighs, your knees and your calves. Feel that warm sensation, relaxing every muscle as it goes. Allow that divine energy to flow all the way down to your feet, grounding you and connecting you to the earth beneath you. Take a moment to notice how good it feels to be enveloped in the comforting embrace of Hashem. Allow yourself to surrender fully to this moment, letting go of all worry and all fears, that you can breathe out from your body as you rest within His hands. And now, as we prepare to end this meditation, I invite you to take a deep breath in and slowly count down from 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when you feel like it, you can slowly begin to bring your awareness back to the present moment. Gently wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Now that you can return to this state of serenity whenever you need, simply by reconnecting with Hakadosh Baruch Hu's presence within you. May you always be surrounded by Hashem's love.
Merci Esther, ça fait du bien.
Comment tu t'es sentie?
Ah, ça fait du bien.
Ben, très
Je me
cher.
rappelle, on l'avait fait. Tu l'avais fait déjà.
Ouais,
Mais ça fait du bien.
ça fait beaucoup de bien. C'est vrai.
Mm.
J'avais mon David qui me rappelle qu'on a rendez-vous à l'ambassade. Il me dit,
Ah
maman,
oui, allez, allez, allez. Non, faut pas le rater.
so enjoy, and I'm gonna
Merci beaucoup, Esther.
so you can really play it whenever you feel. When it's 9 minutes and 9, c'est 10 minutes, basically. Comme ça, tu vois, ça permet quand on a 10 minutes devant soi, de vraiment relaxer. On se met ça dans les oreilles,
Mm.
on décompresse. OK?
Ça fait du bien. Merci beaucoup.
Bye bye. Have a beautiful
Bonne
day.
journée. Thank you.